Welcome to Yoga with Serena. Today I'm going to be discussing and answering the most frequently asked questions that I get from people who are interested in starting a yoga practice. The first question I get is, why should I practice yoga? Well, yoga has so many different benefits. Over time, the practice of yoga helps reduce stress, anxiety, helps with insomnia, helps with minor injuries, and helps with stiffness. It's a great way to learn about yourself, and it teaches you how to build a better relationship with yourself. Yoga is a great, healthy outlet for anyone and for everyone. So another question I get is, what if I'm not flexible enough? Well, yoga meets you where you are in your body and in your life. And flexibility is not the goal of yoga. Flexibility is something that just comes, that is gained over time through the practice. So when I first began my yoga journey, I could barely touch my toes. And that's why it's called a practice. And there's not just one way to do a specific pose. There are many different ways to do a pose. So what yoga teachers do is every yoga teacher will explain a different way to enter and exit a specific posture. They're there to help you find a posture or to find a form of a specific pose that works best for your body. And everyone is at a different stage in their journey. No one is at the same level. Another question that I get is, where should I practice yoga? I recommend practicing yoga at a yoga studio. Practicing online yoga is great, but it's even better in person because you're able to make a connection with your teacher in person. And you're also able to make friends and meet people who are coming together to learn the same thing. And a yoga community is so amazing. And it's very, the people that you meet who do yoga, they can become your lifelong friends. So going to a yoga studio may be pretty scary, but you have to start somewhere. I remember I was terrified to go to a yoga studio. I didn't even have a mat. I didn't even really know what yoga was. I didn't know any of the poses. And I remember sitting in my car and I almost didn't get out because I was so scared. But I'm glad I did, because I wouldn't be where I am in my life now. So when you are researching, I recommend going online and maybe typing local yoga studios in my area. So say you find a studio that you want to go to, you click on that studio. Look at what kind of classes that they offer. You're going to probably look at the classes and be like, I don't know what any of these classes are. I don't know what vinyasa is, ashtanga is, yen, restorative, hatha. So typically studios will have the descriptions below the name of the class. Some studios don't. So if you're looking at what class, a lot of people say, well, what class do I take? What should I start off with? Well, I recommend starting off with some kind of introduction to yoga class or foundations of yoga. Or if the studio that you're looking at doesn't offer any of those type of beginner classes, I'd look at starting with gentle yoga or hatha yoga classes. Again, that's gentle yoga and hatha yoga classes. This is where you're going to be able to build the foundations that you need for your yoga journey. Another question that I might get is, what do I wear? What do I bring? So I recommend finding some kind of form-fitting clothes. Nothing too loose where you are tripping over your clothes, or you're having to move your clothes around, or you're not falling out anywhere. And nothing too tight where you cannot breathe. Leggings really work well. Workout tanks work well. For men, I recommend some kind of workout shorts and workout shirt, maybe muscle shirts, or even sometimes form-fitting t-shirts even work as well. So when you come, also bring a positive attitude and an open mind. You're going to be experiencing things that you've never experienced before, and that is great, because new experiences are what help us grow. And you cannot grow when you're continuing to do the same thing every day. Switch it up. Try yoga. You're going to love it. Bring some water with you. I recommend just bringing some water, and maybe a mat if you have one. Most Yoga studios do have mats that you can borrow or that you can rent out. If you do want to purchase your mat before and you want your own mat, I recommend checking out Ross or checking out Marshalls, TJ Maxx, even Walmart, Target. They sell fairly inexpensive mats that you can purchase that are probably maybe about $8 to maybe $12. When you come to your class, show up about 15 minutes early. This way you can fill out any waivers or any important information, and you have time to settle in, check out the space. So when you arrive into a yoga studio, expect to take off your shoes and silence your phones. When you practice, most people practice, maybe 95% of the people practice yoga barefoot with no socks. But if you do want to practice with socks on, you can too. So when you enter into class, sometimes you'll have the opportunity to meet your teacher, and you can let them know that this is maybe your first time practicing yoga in a studio setting, if this is your first time practicing in a studio setting, and then ask what you need to do. And typically most people start, like when you walk in, you'll see everyone kind of sitting down. Some people will start standing up, but you'll see people kind of sitting down waiting for the instructor to begin the class. So that's what that is like. And another question that I get is, what if I cannot remember a name of a posture? Well, when I first started, and the majority of my students really don't know the name of the posture. Some people do. If I say Warrior 3 or Virabhadrasana 3, they kind of look around a little bit. But the thing with me and the way that I teach is I cue movement, not the name of the pose. Most teachers do the same thing. So most students really don't know the name of the posture at first. It's something that you learn along your journey, your yoga journey. So don't worry about remembering the name of the pose until later on. So what if the teacher touches me? So I always ask students, may I touch you? I will never touch a student without asking them first. Some other teachers, they will touch you. If you do not want to be touched and you see someone coming to touch you, you can say, I really would, I don't want to receive any adjustments today. You can let them know that at the beginning of class if you're worried about someone touching you. But sometimes when the teachers touch you, what they're doing is you might not necessarily be doing something wrong, or you might not be out of alignment. They might help you enhance your posture by helping you move into a specific posture. So really you're doing the movement and they're just there to assist that movement or guide that movement. So if you have any more questions about starting yoga, please comment them down below. I'm happy to answer them. And remember, don't be scared. It is a little bit nerve-wracking to start, but I promise you, you are going to make a decision to start yoga that is going to change your life for the better. And remember, yoga meets you where you are in your body and in your life. Thank you for watching.